watching a video on a channel that is kind of new to me, but I'll put the pertinent information up there on the screen. They were doing a video about how people were seeing strange anomalies in the sky. It's not my area of expertise normally, but except for the really obvious stuff, you know. But they were talking about how they've been seeing these things that are usually to them, they're saying, were Starlink satellites. And they're like, now normally in the morning you can see the Starlink satellites, and it's like, but these things are not your regular Starlink satellites. These are different. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, satellites aren't real. They don't exist. You know, they don't exist. And you know, that's one of those things that I can say with confidence. I mean, go look at it yourself. A lot of your phone stuff and Sirius XM, all the things they say are satellites, but they're just coming off towers. They also have, they also use balloons as well. You know, just like the space shuttles, they're fucking balloons. But whatever. You know, the idea, I mean, I hope when I say stuff like that, that people be like, oh, this guy's fucking nuts, and they go look at it to try to prove me wrong. If anyone can prove me wrong, I mean, the fucking comment section is always open. But, you know, I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, you know, I don't have a huge amount of followers, but I love those of you that are here. You guys are awesome. I like talking to you about stuff. But if anybody stumbles on this and they think they can find some evidence about satellites, what they tell us about satellites too is they say there's like, you know, of course, again, with the big numbers all the time, there's thousands and thousands of satellites in the sky. Think of the logistics of that. Thousands of satellites in the sky orbiting around the Earth all the time, just up there, just floating around. But they're not smashing into each other, they're not crashing. I mean, they can't keep a city bus on the streets without having accidents. You know, they can't have one of those Tesla cars that won't drive into a wall. You think the governments of the world have this super technology where they can put these Star Trek-like satellites in the fucking sky? And first of all, I mean, there's so many things there's so many layers to that to begin with. It's hard to tell people, like, there's no such thing as satellites. Because then they're like, well, you know, when we put up the International Space Station, it's like, and then you get to explain to them, well, there's no International Space Station. And then it's like, well, they're going up there, you know, on the moon. And it's like, you have to explain to them that there is the idea of space, the concept of space, as it's been explained to us, is not true. There's a barrier above us. And it's not as high as you might think. And you're not getting past it. Space, as it's been shown to us or told to us, is science fiction completely. You can find amateur rocket guys that put like GoPro cams up on top of their little rockets and you shoot them off, and you know, it'll hit the dome. It'll just, the thing, you'll stop. It'll be spinning in place. So it's hard to try to tell someone that satellites don't exist, because then you get into the fact that none of it's all fake. It's all bullshit, the whole thing. So I made a comment to him, like, man, if you guys knew satellites didn't exist, you'd really be alarmed at these things. Because the whole thing was, you know, they're seeing these lights in the sky, and they're all in a row. And they look just like the Starlink satellites, but they're not the Starlink satellites. They can't be the Starlink satellites, because Starlink satellites are like this. Like, dude, there's none of that stuff is real. So if you think it's intriguing that these lights aren't the Starlink satellites, well, if you only knew satellites aren't real, you'd be really wondering what was going on. That would be too much for someone, I think, to get all at once. So I think your brain would reject that out of hand, and all the programming and spellcraft that's been done to you. A lot of it is defensive stuff. They put defensive stuff up in you. You know, a lot of the stuff, a lot of spellcraft and the programming and the things that have been drilled into you since you were a kid. It's all black magic bullshit, and it's actually lesser magic. Lesser magic is anything that has to do, for the most part, unless it's something more elaborate. But as far as mind control type stuff, that's lesser magic. It's not really anything complex by magic standards, like from what I understand or come to know. But it's just funny because the channel itself, like, it's supposed to be one of these, like, I guess, conspiracy type channels, you know. But it's all normies. Like, there's a lot of, well, I shouldn't say they're all normies. There's like different levels, obviously. We're on some really out there level. I don't like to say it's higher, or I don't like to use higher and lower, because then it implies that, like, you're more special than someone else. It's not. It's like a just in a direction, just any direction. It's a different sphere of understanding, and it's tough because to sometimes understand one thing, you have to kind of figure out all this other stuff, and that's why this beast system works so well for them, because it's just layer on top of layer on top of layer. They get you when you're young, right when you come out of the womb, they get you, and it's just constant all the time, just constant, like boom, 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 bullshit, 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 all the time. So it's kind of hard, you know. It's hard to get away from that. I was, you know, my whole life, I was under that shit. I still am, you know. I mean, I'm getting away from it, but as I've talked about before, I got one leg and one arm and my head out of the window as far as the Matrix goes. But I still got an arm and a leg in there that I'm trying to pull out, you know. At least that's how I feel, you know. Because I still get caught up in things sometimes where I just fall for some dumb shit, and it takes a while for me to understand, oh, well, wait, that was bullshit too. I should know that instantly. Instantly that should happen. And until it instantly happens, I still have a portion of myself in the Matrix, you know. Whatever. It's all right. I'm out of it a lot more than a lot of other people. But, you know, whatever. Kanye, I don't know how you pronounce that, popped into Pol yesterday. I was in the thread for a while, just, you know, watching what he was saying. I screenshotted some of his stuff. He confirmed it was him by posting something on Twitter that was basically saying the same thing, and as he said he would do. And yeah, he says he's a lurker there, you know, as a lot of other people are. We know Taylor Swift is a lurker there. That was put together. I'm sure a lot of people that are prominent in the Beast Society are lurking there, because it's the only place on the internet with what would be close to free speech. I mean, you can really say anything you want. The problem is, I mean, you know, a good portion of the people there, especially these days, are from letter agencies. I can spot them very easily. A lot of other nons can too. And I feel like a lot of times when I go on there, I'm just fucking with CIA people, you know. And it's like getting good information about things is a lot tougher these days on there. It used to be, well, I guess it goes hand in hand with how much is being revealed and how much I've learned and the pace that I learned it at. So of course, to me, it's going to seem like it used to be better because everything was new to me. I started browsing there like 2012 after the Dark Knight movie thing, the shooting, which I thought was absolutely real at the time. I was like completely, I thought that was so real. Like, I didn't go to movies after. I'm like, I'm not going there again, you know. And that was the desired effect. That's what they want. Just fear. They want you to get that low vibration down. But so when I first started going there, I was pretty fucking normie back then. I was always into like the, I guess, conspiracy stuff. I was a coast to coast diehard listener That was a great show, but that's very much a gatekeeping type of situation. I mean, you had the numbers lady on every other day, so that, you know, but occasionally you'd get something good about Skinwalker Ranch or something that was interesting. But yeah, that was definitely more on the entertainment side, that show. But I always had a mind for those kind of things. But when yeah, I started going to polls, maybe right after 2012, 2013. And it seems like there was just so much more unfiltered information back then. I don't think the letter agencies understood how to fight against it. I don't think they even had formed any kind of opposition to it the way they have now. I mean, they have like a budget for this type of shit. You know, I mean, just Israel alone with the JIDF. And then there's the Chinese who are involved in it. You can always kind of tell because they have the Canadian flags. Anyone with the meme flag is usually not a real guy. I mean, obviously, because why would they have to hide where they're posting from? So it's become a... Sometimes I'm like, I'll write like, is anybody else real in this thread? Because it's just, it's shills and letter agency people in a lot of the threads. They start their own. I went over it before. I did a video about how you can know what they are and who they are, but a trick they do to mark the threads so that other agents can look at it along with them to kind of, if there's something they're interested in, they'll do a sneed post. The only people that sneed post these days are letter boys, and that's it. And that's it. And what they do is there's some kind of marker in that text, in the post itself, which bookmarks it so their other boys can look at it and just monitor it. They start their own threads too with the corrupted Pepe images. And corrupted Pepe is basically it's always like a Pepe on a white background, doing one of like 5 different things, but you can see there's digital markers in the image itself. Usually there's like a line near the eye. That's usually a glowy post. Sometimes you'll see like 3 or 4 of these. It's always when the changeover time is from these guys when they come into work. You can see a bunch of stuff at the same time. It's just so much of that it's hard to really get anything good out of it anymore. X is a little bit better with that stuff. I don't think they really usually bother with X unless they hit on something that, you know, unless you talk about like the school shooting type stuff and they want to keep track of it. I think they just look at X like a bunch of schizos, which, you know, it is, but that's great. We know what's up. They're not really so much on the other boards. I go to there, like TB, I go to occasionally. CO, which is cartoons, comic. They're not, you know, these are rare. Music. They're not on those. It seems to be like they're just mainly on poll, you know, or whatever B is now. I don't know what. I don't think there is a B anymore. I think they got rid of B general. I think it's something else now. I don't know. But I don't know where else they are or what else they frequent, but I know for sure that poll, they're at least almost 40% of the posts you see on there, whether it's starting a thread or just talking or answering on it, posting on a thread. It sucks. It's hard. And I can pick them out just by how they write. A lot of other people can too. Like it's not hard. You can see how they write things. Little doggy. The way they word stuff. They always really have this weird anger. You know, there's always this like they use ad hominem stuff a lot, but it's really like mean kind of ad hominem. You know, they're behind all of those "you're not gonna do shit" kind of posts too. Like you're not gonna do anything. In regards to people getting mad about the way society is. But yeah, it's still really the only place we got. You know, Kiwi Farms, I never really went there, but I guess that was okay, but it got shut down, so I don't know. The only reason Pol is allowed to exist in other parts of 4chan is it's a containment area. You know, it's for them to get information from. I mean, I think the thinking is, we know where these guys are. They're right here. If they were to dissolve that, they'd be spreading this poisonous stuff all over the internet, which they do anyway. I mean, a lot of what is considered like internet culture or meme culture, especially with memes, comes from there. It sure as hell ain't Reddit. Reddit will copy things and make them shitty. They're good at that. They'll soy them the fuck out, you know? People have to go back. What's going on there? Look at that thing. You see that? Look at the size of that crane. Look at that. Let me get closer to this. Get closer to it. like I'm anywhere near it to begin with. Hold on. There we go. I'm 12 footsteps closer to it. Walk on the grass here. Not nice, but what are you gonna do? The size of that fucking thing, huh? You see those a lot around here. In this area. One time they were putting some stuff in that mall I walk through all the time. And they had one of those things set up outside the mall. And they were just dropping stuff in with the with one of these things. Like in the middle of it. Pretty crazy. Surprise, surprise. Belongs. Don't blame the teacher. Don't blame the teacher. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.